Action-adventure will allow you to create enjoyable stories quite easily, as it instills a sense of enjoyment through the setting, the exploration, the characters, and the world. An enjoyable setting is one of the first requirements of a saga. The first setting, generally in the introduction, will be enjoyable to see, enjoyable to walk through, to visit. It will present enjoyable characters. It's generally a quite familiar setting. Further in the story, more impressive settings will be presented, creating a sense of immersion through the diversity of settings. Stories are meant to be enjoyed. That's what entertainment means. It's what it needs to deliver. And in the case of action-adventure, it's almost always the case. It is the only genre in which you could expect an enjoyable story in the traditional connotation of the word. Even comedy doesn't have to deliver this, as comedy can be quite difficult to write. Some great comedies can be painful to watch if you come to emphasize greatly with the protagonists. Most stories are meant to be enjoyed, even in the case of horror or drama. However, not whole stories will be, because of the narrow connotation of enjoyable. Here, the entertainment factor transpires from the setting. It transpires from the goal of exploration. Action adventures gives you a world you want to explore. Sagas means exploration. It doesn't deliver as much as pure adventure in terms of diversity of environment, though it is second to this genre in terms of exploration. Most environments in the further stages will be impressive. Not all environments should be impressive. Diversity is an essential factor. You'll want to integrate some mundane settings, some simple settings. Most characters will be enjoyable, again with the diversity factor. Some of them should be unenjoyable, or even disagreeable. The enjoyable characters will be enjoyable in multiple dimensions. They will be enjoyable to meet, so the first encounter with the character will be enjoyable. They will be enjoyable to interact with, so every time the character returns to the story, they will be enjoyable. And in some cases, they may be enjoyable to part with. Now, what will make them enjoyable? Enjoyable characters, in most cases, are familiar to some extent, again, as every element of the story, but it's particularly true for characters. To create familiar character, or at least create a sense of familiarity when it comes to characters, it is highly recommended to use an archetype system and to pass allegories through your characters. By the use of symbolism, by giving each character a quirk, a simple accessory, you'll make them instantly recognizable. Action-adventure, or saga, is the genre which makes most use of archetypes. Far more than horror or comedy, even if these two other genres use a lot of allegories. And there's a simple reason to this. Action-adventure is meant to feel familiar. It is a defining characteristic. Again, this genre uses the fable structure, the legend structure. Characters created on an archetypal basis will feel more familiar because you will create a post-experience. Subsequently, when they are individualized, they will feel more enjoyable. They will, as always, require quirks to create a necessary uniqueness factor, creating a diversity between your different stories